Hello, today I am going to talk about the most annoying thing that I can think of on Windows 7 that has happened to me. And it took me a hell of a long time to come up with a solution as to what the hell went wrong. Okay, it's renaming a drive. Right here I have a drive and it's called LocoDisk. And when I want to rename it, you can simply right click on it and click rename. And let's say we call it, for instance, Bob. Okay, so I put the name in, then I hit enter, and it should retain its name, right? Wrong. So here we are. This is the predicament that I had for the longest time, because I had several drives that I wanted to rename because I changed the permissions on their accounts on my machine to access certain drives. But by doing that, this is what happened. I got a local disk, and I'm thinking to myself, what the hell? In the older versions of Windows, I never had this problem where I just simply right-click, give it a name, and boom, it would be there. But in this case, I can do it a million times and yet still not come up with it. So I racked my brains. I searched the internet thinking there's got to be an effing solution to this problem. And there had to be a stupid thing that was going on that I just didn't understand. Well, today I'm going to reveal that mystery as to why this stupid thing doesn't work. The reason why this is not renaming it is because the system can't rename it. If I right click on this and go to properties, I have the properties dialog box, and in that dialog box I have securities tab. So click on your securities tab. I have it already established, the security tab, and in that security tab all I wanted was administrators to be allowed to go into that disk. Now in the old days this would be perfectly fine by just simply hitting administrator and no one else, or whomever group you wanted to go into that drive. The system will not be able to rename it because it's not part of the list. That's right, the system is not a part of the list. So what we have to do is we have to add the system to the drive. If not, you cannot rename the stupid drive, regardless if you have full permissions. I have full permissions here. All administrators on my machine has full permissions. So if we go to the advanced dialog box, pops up, we have full control. If I click on owner, the system is the owner. I can make myself the owner, or administrators the owner, but I'm going to keep it current. But see, the system is the owner. Now, the reason why it can't rename the thing is because it doesn't have the rights to rename anything. So what we're going to do is we're going to add the system to the securities tab. So let's add. Okay, selects the thing, go to advance, click find now, and on this list of groups and people, scroll down and find system, and there it is, system group. If we click on system and we add it, right now we have read, execute, and list. Now it has to have full permissions. So we've applied the system to the securities tab, and now it has full permissions. Now we are able to write and call it what we want. And that's how you solve that problem. I know, it's stupid. I don't understand why it's like that too. But I just renamed it again. Now, in order to complete the system, is you have to reboot the machine, and then you'll have the ability to write to that drive or change its name instead of local disk. I'm going to do that now, so we'll see you on the other side. Welcome back. Okay, so let's recap. We had a drive that we couldn't rename, no matter how we did it. Okay? We had this drive here and we couldn't rename it. It always said local disk, local disk. I could rename it a million times and yet it would still not. So we came up with a solution. Well, I came up with the solution by adding the system, right-clicking on the drive and going to properties, clicking on Securities tab and adding the system in there. Now, the older versions of Windows, we did not need to have the system in that Securities tab in order to rename drives. Only in Windows 7, it may be a glitch, I don't know. But in this version of Windows 7, if you don't have the system in there, you cannot rename this drive. It's gotten that much tighter. I don't know if Microsoft did that intentionally. Who knows? But by adding the system in there and giving it full permissions, now it is able to rename the drive. Now you're able to rename your drives and see them in the drop-down menu instead of seeing local disk M, local disk I, which drove me absolutely nuts. So now that we've done that, we are now able to rename the drive whenever we want. We called it Bob, I believe. So now I have Bob. By doing this, you're going to have to do this for every drive by right-clicking, adding the system in there, and then rebooting every time. So if I go to drop menu and click on drop menu, I can see that all my drives are named properly instead of seeing local disk, local disk, local disk. Okay, anyways, take care, and I hope this was very helpful because, man, it drove me nuts. It really drove me nuts. Good luck out there. Take care. Bye.